Now, as I think about concept and validation, one of the best recommendations, better practices that I've seen is bringing the thinking that occurs into the design phase from the designers and the builders into this to really help the owner. I've seen so many projects that have failed where projects are based on budget assumptions that are out of alignment with what's best practiced within the industry or what is current pricing of particular elements. And then we also struggle with ways of actually conceiving how a project might work. And then we often find that we don't have the pieces that are needed to eventually pay back the building itself. Do we even have a business plan that can afford to build? So I'm going to list a couple of things here that need to be part of that. So we have design, which is the first physical pass at what the building might be. How big is it? How tall is it? Where is it located? Do we have a site for it? Schedule. How long is this thing going to actually take? That's important because we need to know how much we can afford and when we're going to start making money on this thing to funnel back into the repayment of that capital investment. Two parts here. The estimate comes from the builder and it can't function without being able to plug back into the pro forma. When we have the pro forma and the estimate together, this is where the magic happens. All of these four things need to move through rapid iterative cycles. Rather than having one big loop, we need to have small looping iterations where we try something in the design, we check its cost and its schedule implications, and then we move into putting it into the pro forma to see if the business case will support it. Simple concept, very difficult to do at times. And the way that this really works at best effect is, hey, let's say we're designing a hospital. We initially started with an idea of 5 ORs. Well, what if we do 6 ORs? It's going to cost X amount more. It's going to take a little longer to build. Here are the design implications of test fitting it onto a floor of a building. But hey, if we have that pro forma and we can do that many more cases in that 6th OR, we can actually accelerate our ROI on the facility. It's that type of discussion, that type of iteration that we need to have. Because then at the end of it, all of this comes together in an intelligent package that can then be brought through the funding mechanism of the owner. What ends up happening here, and we have a number of industry examples, is that then the money that gets put forward and allocated to the project can actually be built under those constraints. So with that, we shift into, with a clear concept, into the design phase.